that bang of...
Proceed, Silenus, to procure my fall, and by the doom of death end woes and all.
Merchant of Syracuse, plead no more. I am not partial to infringe our laws. The enmity and discord which of late sprung from the rancorous outrage of your duke to merchants, our well-dealing countrymen, who wanting guilders to redeem their lives have sealed his rigorous statutes with their bloods, excludes all pity from our threatening looks. For since the mortal and intestine jars twixt thy seditious countrymen and us, it hath in solemn synod been decreed, both by the Syracusans and ourselves, to admit no traffic to our adverse towns. Nay more, if any born at Ephesus be seen at any Syracusan marts and fairs, again if any Syracusan born come to the bay of Ephesus, he dies. His goods confiscate to the duke's dispose, unless 1,000 marks be levied to quit the penalty and to ransom him. Thy substance, valued at the highest rate, cannot amount unto 100 marks. Therefore, by law, thou art condemned to die.
Thus am I comfort when your words are done. My woes end likewise with the evening sun.
Well, Syracusan, say in brief the cause why thou departest from thy native home, and for what cause thou camest to Ephesus.
A heavier task could not have been imposed than I to speak my griefs unspeakable. Yet, that the world may witness that my end was wrought by nature, and not by vile offence, I'll utter what my sorrow gives me leave. In Syracusa was I born and wed unto a woman, happy but for me, and by me had not our hap been bad. With her I lived in joy. Our wealth increased by prosperous voyages I often made to Epidamnum, till my factor's death, and the great care of goods at random left, drew me from kind embracements of my spouse, from whom my absence was not 6 months old before herself, at almost fainting under the pleasing punishment that women bear, had made provision for her following me, and soon and safe arrived at where I was. There had she not been long that she became a joyful mother of 2 goodly sons, and which was strange, one so like the other as could not be distinguished but by names. That very hour, in the selfsame inn, a meaner woman was delivered of such a burden, male twins, both alike. Those, for their parents were exceeding poor, I bought and brought up to attend my sons. My wife, not meanly proud of 2 such boys, gave daily motions for our home return. Unwilling, I agreed. Alas, too soon we came aboard. A league from Epidamnum had we sailed before the always window-baying deep gave any tragic instance of our harm. But longer did we not retain much hope, for what obscured light the heavens did grant, did but convey unto our fearful minds a doubtful warrant of immediate death, which, though myself would gladly have embraced, yet the incessant weepings of my wife, weeping before for what she saw must come, and the piteous plainings of the pretty babes that mourn for fashion, ignorant what to fear, forced me to seek delays for them and me. This it was, for other means was none. The sailors sought for safety by our boat and left the ship, then sinking right to us. My wife, more careful for the latter born, had fastened him unto a small spare mast, such as seafaring men provide for storms. To him, one of the other twins was bound, whilst I had been like heedful of the other. The children thus disposed, my wife and I, fixing our eyes on whom our care was fixed, fastened ourselves at either end of the mast, and floating straight, obedient to the stream, was carried toward Corinth as we thought. At length, the sun, gazing upon the earth, dispersed those vapours that offended us, and by the benefit of his wished light, the seas waxed calm, and we discovered 2 ships from far making amain to us. Of Corinth that, of Epidaurus this. But ere they came, oh, let me say no more. Gather the sequel by that went before.
Yea, forward, old man! Do not break off so, for we may pity, though not pardon thee.
Oh, had the gods done so, I had not now worthily termed them merciless to us. For ere the ships could meet, by twice 5 leagues, we were encountered by a mighty rock, which, being violently borne upon, our helpful ship was splitted in the midst, so that in this unjust divorce of us, fortune had left to both of us alike what to delight in, what to sorrow for. Her part, poor soul, seeming as burdened with lesser weight, but not with lesser woe, was carried with more speed before the wind, and in our sight they three were taken up by fishermen of Corinth, as we thought. At length another ship had seized on us, and knowing who it was they had to save, gave healthful welcome to their shipwrecked guests, and would have reft the fishes of their prey had not their bark been very slow of sail.
Oh.
Therefore, homeward did they bend their course. Thus have you heard me, severed from my bliss, that by misfortunes was my life prolonged, to tell sad stories of my own mishaps.
And for the sake of them thou sorrowest for, do me the favour to dilate it full what hath befallen of them, and thee till now.
Yes.
My youngest son, and yet my eldest care, at 18 years became inquisitive after his brother, and importuned me that his attendant, so his case was like, reft of his brother, but retained his name, may bear him company in the quest of him, whom, whilst I laboured of a love to see, I hazarded the loss of whom I loved. 5 summers have I spent in farthest Greece, roaming clean through the bounds of Asia, and coasting homeward came to Ephesus, hopeless to find, yet loath to leave unsought, or any place that harbours men. But here must end the story of my life, and happy were I in my timely death, could all my travels warrant me they live.
Hapless Aegean, whom the fates have marked to bear the extremity of dire mishap. Now trust me, were it not against our laws, against my crown, my oath, my dignity, which princes would they may not disannul, my soul would sue as advocate for thee. But though thou art a judge to the test, and passed sentence may not be recalled, but to our honour's great disparagement. Yet will I favour thee in what I can. Therefore, merchant, I'll limit thee this day, to seek thy life by beneficial help, try all the friends thou hast in Ephesus, beg thou or borrow to make up the sum, and live! Yes! If no, then thou art doomed to die.
No!
Jailers, take him to thy custody.
We will, my lord.
Hopeless and helpless doth Aegean wend, but to procrastinate his lifeless end.
Music!
Lest too soon your wit be confiscate. This very day a Syracusian merchant was apprehended for arrival here, and not being able to buy out his life, according to the statute of the town, dies ere the weary sun sets in the west. There is your money which I had to keep.
Go, bear it to the centre where we host, and stay there, Dromio, till I come to thee. Within this hour, 'twill be dinner time. Till that, I'll view the manners of the town, peruse the traders, gaze upon the buildings, and return and sleep within mine inn. For with long travel I am stiff and weary.
Get thee away! Many men would take you at your word and go indeed, having so good a me.
A trusty villain, sir, that very often I am dull with care and melancholy, lightens my humour with his very jests. What will you walk with me about the town, and then go to my inn and dine with me?
I'm invited to certain merchants of whom I hope to make much benefit. I crave your pardon. Soon, pleased with you, I'll meet with you upon the mart and then consult you to bedtime. My present business calls me from you.
Farewell till then. I will go lose myself and wander up and down to view the city.
I commend you to your own content.
He that commends me to my own content commends me to the thing I cannot get. I to the world am like a drop of water that in the ocean seeks another drop, who, falling there to find his fellow forth, unseen, inquisitive, confounds himself. So I to find a mother and a brother, in quest of them, unhappy, lose myself. Why, here comes the almanac of my true date. Oh! What now? How chanced thou art returned so soon?
Return so soon, sir. Rather approach too late. The candle burns, the pig falls from the spit, the clock hath struck 12 upon the bell. My mistress made a one upon my cheek. She's so hot because the meat is cold. The meat is cold because you come not home. You come not home because you have no stomach. You have no stomach, having broke your fast. But we, that no one is to fast and pray, penitent for your default today.
Stop in your wind, sir. Tell me